Maximum sum circular subarray. Given a circular subarray C of integers represented by A, find the maximum possible sum of the non-empty subarray C. Here the circular array means end of the array connects to the beginning of the array. From A, Ci is equal to this. Alright. Also a subarray may include each of the elements fixed buffer A at most once. Formally from the subarray, okay, so just once. Alright. Let's see the first example. So when we're working with subarrays, generally Cadaine's algorithm is more than enough in order to find the solution. So now let's look at the first example. The first example states we have this input. Now with Cadaine's algorithm we can simply just traverse through once and find out that 3 is the maximum sum of this given array, because when we start we are going to be taking the first element, which is 1 here. Then this would be our maximum sum at the given point of time. Then our current sum is also going to be 1. We move further to the next element, which is -2. So -2 plus 1 is going to be -1, which is obviously less than the maximum sum. Hence we're going to discard this and we're going to retain the maximum sum as 1. We move to the next element, which is 3. When we're going to be checking 3, it basically gives us the intuition that 3 is greater than the previous maximum sum that we have. Hence we're going to opt for having 3 as the maximum sum right now. We next move on to the next -2, which is obviously as the -3, which is the maximum sum here. So that means our maximum sum is 3. So one pass through this basically tells us that maximum sum is 3. Let's move on to the next example, which says 5 minus 3 and 5. Output is 10. So right, if we go with the Cadaine's algorithm, what we're going to get is the maximum sum to be 7 in this scenario from this given contiguous array. Right, got it. And next up, what we're going to do basically is we're going to calculate the total sum of this array, which is obviously 7. Now if we were to essentially negate the signs of all the elements in this array and traverse through again once, so 5 becomes -5, 3 becomes -3 becomes 3, and 5 again becomes -5. The total sum, as we said before, was 7. And in the worst case, what are the elements that we are not going to use that would be excluded from the sum, which is right now 3 here, -3. So once we have negated the maximum sum of this array now is going to be 3, which is the sum of all the elements, in this case just 3, which is contributing to the, which is not going to be contributing to the output. Now we already had the total sum. What we can now basically do is we jump to the next element and we go further and we add the maximum sum. This calculation we did for the elements which are not going to be contributing to the output. So our sum value was so our maximum sum value was 3. Was 7 in the first case. Next case we calculated the total array sum to be 7. Now we add the element which would not be contributing to the total sum, which is total sum, which was 7, plus this value here, which is 3, which becomes 10, which is essentially our output. So hence what we get here is only the elements which are contributing to the output, which is the total sum is 10. Now we move further, we come here, we're going to find out for the next one, which is 3 minus 1, 2, which again is simple Cadane's algorithm, and we can find out in one pass that this is happening here. Again, similar case and similar case. Alright, so from our intuition earlier, let's try to crack this. Right, so if this is going to be our base case, if a dot length is 1, that means there's just one element in the array, so we can safely return a0. Now we need to calculate two sums here, which is one of them is the total sum as we discussed earlier, and the second one would be the maximum sum. So we're going to declare max sum, which is, let's say, which is 0. Then what we're going to do here is we are going to go for a total sum, which let's also keep to 0 right now. And since we're going to be using Cadane twice, as we saw in this example, what we're going to do here is we're going to do a public Cadane in A. So let's start with the Cadane's algorithm. So with Cadane, we just need to keep current sum, which can be equal to a0, the first element, then the max sum, which we're maintaining, which would be current sum again, because it's essentially going to be the same since we've only traversed one element. Now we go for I equal to 1, I is less than a length, following which now we can find out current sum by doing a max. So max current sum plus AI or AI. So what this does is basically it finds out if the current sum plus the current element is greater than the current element. If yes, this value is stored in the current sum, or otherwise the current element is stored as the current sum, because it's obviously greater than whatever sum that we've been maintaining up to now with all the elements from the array. Next, we are going to maintain the max sum, which again is going to be a max between max sum and current sum. This you can already, we've already gone through this algorithm. I mean these two steps we've already gone through in the examples before. So now we just have to return the max sum. Right. So then our max sum, which was here, we can simply just replace this with Cadane A. Right. Now interestingly, if our max sum is less than 0, we can safely return max sum, because none of the elements would be greater. So let's just quickly go through this example as well. So here all the elements are negative, and in such a scenario you can simply return the value max sum if it's less than 0, which is a negative value. So here -2 I mean the final value would be -1, which is obviously less than the rest of the elements. And if we were to I mean, we could essentially just safely return that. We don't have to go through the rest of the calculation for this case. Now the next case is going to be so this 5 minus 3 5. So one thing that we needed to do is calculate the total sum, so for which simple for loop would suffice as less than a dot length I plus dash. Cool. So simply a total sum would be AI. That's our total sum. Now we also had to negate for the next step the values. Henceforth, what we can go and do here while we're doing the calculation is AI is equal to minus of AI. Right. So we now simply need to return the max between max sum, which is the maximum value that is possible, or the total sum plus then I think we spelled it with a capital K, which will be small essentially, and they're currently modified array A. So let's just quickly run it and see. Yeah, so it would help if we return here. So let's see. Alright, gives us the expected value. So as I have custom test cases available here, let's just quickly check one of these test cases if we get the right answer. Let's run it and see. Cool, so that's the output that we're getting. Let's submit it and let's see if it works out on all the rest of the test cases, and it does. So, and yeah, we're in the 100th percentile as well. Cool. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I would really appreciate if you could give a thumbs up to the video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps the channel grow. Thank you so much.